Hello YouTube. Okay, so welcome to the Three Unicorns. That's our code name. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a perfect sock bun. It may not be perfect because I'm not the best at sock buns, but I think I'm pretty good and I think that this could help. So let's go ahead and get started and introduce what we're going to need for this one. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need a brush, of course. Just a firm brush. You're going to need some hairspray. I would prefer Aussie Freeze because, it doesn't like static up your hair. It keeps it down. You're going to need preferably some bobby pins because a sock bun can be kind of complicated, if you know what I mean. So you're going to need, like right now I have 4 bobby pins. And then you're going to need to cut off the toe of a sock. So it'll be about this size right here. Most of the time you need a sock that will match your hair. Like for me, I would prefer a Nike sock if you have hair kind of like mine, or because it's dark and stuff. Maybe a brown sock or something. So you have blonde hair, you could do a white sock or maybe a tan or just pretty much anything. Just try to make it match with your hair. But since today I'm only doing a tutorial, I will be using this really bright colored sock. And you just need to cut off the heel and above. So yeah. And you're going to need a straightener. And I would prefer a good straightener because when you get your hair into a ponytail, it's kind of hard to layer it out and straighten it. So that's when you're going to need it. And 1 hair bow. So what we're going to start out doing today is you're just going to make sure your hair is brushed out with no knots at all. That way you can go ahead and get ready, because when you have knots in your hair, it just makes it harder. Okay, so when you do a sock bun, sometimes it depends on where you put it and stuff. Some girls like to wear theirs on the side, right here. So if you want yours on the side right here, I would prefer to go down a little bit, because when you do a sock bun, it either goes up or it either goes down. So it kind of depends on how you do it. So if you want it on top of your head, which is pretty much how I'll be doing mine today, I would preferably do it going down a little bit or going up. So not in the exact spot that you want it, because it's going to end up moving into that spot anyways, because the sock bun doesn't stay in the same spot. Okay, so you're going to start doing a ponytail. It doesn't have to be a perfect ponytail. It could be a low sock bun or whatever. But if you want it high, like I do mine, I'm just going to go ahead and start trying to get my hair up into a ponytail. It doesn't have to be perfect because the ponytail is not exactly going to matter. And you could do this with medium or long hair. Some people would prefer my hair as long. Some people would prefer it as medium. I don't think it's short, honestly. I'm not the best at putting my hair in a ponytail either, guys, so ignore that fact. Okay, so I'm just going to work mine on top of my head. It's kind of hard to get it on top. Okay, so that's about the place where I'm going to want my sock bun. As you can tell, I have a lot of bumps, but we're going to be fixing that. Just use the faces I make. I have a really thin thread. Okay. So as you can tell, I have a lot of bumps and stuff, but that's going to be fixed once we do the sock bun. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to plug up your straightener, and if you have a slow straightener, I would preferably did this earlier, but my straightener warms up really fast, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and turn on your straightener, and while we wait on that to warm up, you can just go ahead and brush out your hair a little bit in the ponytail, because if you do straighten your hair in the ponytail before you do the sock bun, it kind of helps. And I have a lot of layers in my hair, if you can't tell, so it's really hard to do a sock bun with my head. So you want to make sure it's straight, because when you put heat on your hair like that, it kind of helps it stay together. And we are going to spray it while it's in the ponytail, that way it'll go in better. So while we're waiting on your straightener to warm up, I'm going to go ahead and take my sock, and it should be about this size if your hair is the same size as mine. And if you guys have ever seen a donut, I have a donut, and I could have used a donut, but I decided not to, because some people don't have a donut, and at some stores they cost a lot. So I figured I'd just go ahead and do it with a cheap sock. Okay, so you're just going to roll it up like a donut, kind of. And you're just going to have it like that with a hole in the middle. It's hot. It's hot really fast. Okay. What you're wanting to do is just kind of straighten it just a little bit. You don't have to have it perfectly straight. Just make sure it's kind of straight. And if your hair burns easily, I would prefer to use like heat prevent spray and stuff like that. As you can tell, it's not perfectly straight, but you don't need it to be perfectly straight. I'm gonna go and get that picture right there. So at least it's straighter than it was. Okay, so this is the part where we're gonna spray just a little bit of this. And as I was saying, if you use Aussie Instant Freeze, it doesn't like make your hair all staticky and stuff, and it doesn't make it really stiff and hard to work with. That's what I like about it. So I'm just gonna stand up where it's not my face. I would prefer to point your hair away from your face and just spray a little bit through your hair. Come on. And just brush it out as it's slowly drying your hair. That way it doesn't get really, really, really stiff. Okay. So if you're like me and you have layers in your hair, you're going to like preferably stand up and put your head down. You're going to take your donut hole and you're going to put it on your arm. And you're going to stick it right here onto your ponytail. See, as you can tell, my layers are falling out. So you're going to stick it at the bottom of it. Okay. And you're going to slowly just start rolling it up, pulling the hair as you go, tucking it in to the donut. You just roll the donut up pretty much in your hair, and as you're just rolling the donut, then your hair and the donut's doing the rest of the work. And as you can tell, it's going to stick out really bad right now. Okay, so as you can tell, it's not a perfect one yet, but we're going to fix it and make it into a perfect one. So what you're going to do with like the excess hair that's hanging down, this is why you're going to need a lot of bobby pins if your hair doesn't like to work good on the first try. So I'm going to take the excess hair and I'm going to try and just pin it up. It doesn't have to be perfect right now because that's what the other bobby pins are for. As you can tell, it's still kind of loose, but it's starting to get into that donut shape. So now you're just going to keep putting in the bobby pins, trying to shape it into the circular shape that you want right now. You can preferably move it around if you need. And as you can tell, it's starting to get into that shape. You just got to work with it a little bit. And that's why you need donut. I was supposed to say donut. And this is why you need hairspray. And I would prefer to use bobby pins that are your color. Okay. Now that we've got it ready, now you're just going to kind of feel around and try to shape it a little bit. You can still tuck it up under the bun if you need to. So now we've got the perfect soft bun, and as you can tell, it looks pretty cool and stuff. If you want it to not look like this on the side and you want that part to be putting up to where it looks actually perfect, I would prefer for you to do it on top of your head. As you can tell, I did mine to the side. I like mine to the side for some reason. And you see it covered up all the bumps, and you guys seen how bad the bumps were. And see, if you straighten your hair, it's not as curly and stuff, and you can see it's really pretty and stuff, and I think I did a really good job. It's just I was one bobby pin short than what I needed, so I prefer to get more than what you think you're going to need. Because as you can tell, I needed one more. But I think it looks really cool and stuff. And then once you're preferably done, you're just going to spray a little bit to keep it held. And so yeah, that is the sloppy bun. And you can do it sloppy, like you can maybe pull down some sides preferably, maybe curl them or whatever you want. A headband would look kind of cute with it, but I'd be really careful trying to get it over one of these because, like, you know, it'll probably mess it up because I already tried earlier to do that and it messed it up. But as you can tell, if I had one more bobby pin, it would look exactly perfect. But I hope this helps. I love you guys. Stay perfect and bye.